Alright, today, arg matey. That was probably the least convincing pirate. Today we're talking about Jamaica. Now, Jamaica is not a new game. This is the first in our series of talking about older games. Even though Jamaica is not that old, but sometimes we want to go back and look at games that are still in our collections. I think this is one of the few games that we both have, right?
Yep.
And the reason that we both have it is because it is an absolutely fantastic family game. And some of the best production values ever in an ordinary board game, you know, outside of special editions. So we'll show you the game, and then we'll be right back. Jamaica is basically a racing game. If you see, each player starts with a pirate ship, and they're going to be racing all the way around here, back to the beginning. Each player is going to be given a ship which has 5 cargo spaces on it that they're going to put in front of them, and they're going to take cards equivalent to the color that they've taken. And then they're going to draw 3 of those cards in their hands. Now, these cards have beautiful artwork on them, but really the only thing that matters in these cards is the top 2 icons. Interestingly enough, if you take all these cards, you can actually place them from end to end in one long panorama. So, anyhow, on a player's turn, one person's the captain, and they're going to roll first. And they're going to roll 2 numbers. And they're simply going to put 1 number here and 1 number there. 1 number in the morning and 1 number at night. It's their choice. Then everybody else is going to put a card here, which is basically going to be the action that they are taking this turn. So you look and see what action. I might want to take the same action both times, or 2 different actions. So let's say this is the card that I play. That means I will move 5, that's what that green arrow means, and I will get 6 gunpowder tokens. So when it's my turn, I'll move my ship 5, and then I'll take 6 gunpowder tokens. The other tokens that you can get money tokens, and you can get food tokens. And when you get tokens, you have to put them in an empty cargo thing that you have. So here's my 6 tokens, and I have a completely empty ship. But if my ship was full and I got more tokens, I'd have to take a different kind of tokens out. Now, when you move, movement works like this. I will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, simply going around. But whatever space you stop on will usually have a cost with that space. So, for example, this space here cost 3 gold when I land on it. If it's the space right here, that space will cost 3 food, and I have to pay those. If I cannot pay those, I must go back to the last spot where I can afford it, and there are spots on the board where it's free. When you're moving, you can see that you have a choice of where to move, but you're often trying to land on these treasure spots. When you land on this, it's removed from the board, so only the first person who lands there gets the treasure, and then you will draw a card from the treasure chest. Many times they are good treasures that you want to keep. Sometimes they are cursed treasures and you don't want them. They're worth negative points. And sometimes they're a special ability. Like, for example, this one here gives me another hold on my ship. So now I have 6 holds. And, you know, other ones, this one here, there's all kinds of special abilities here. This one lets me roll the dice twice when I'm attacking. Attacking, you say? Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a pirate game after all. When you land in a spot with somebody else, then you both, the person who lands there attacks the other player. They can get rid of as much gunpowder as they want. So let's say here, I decide to attack with 4 gunpowder. I then roll this die, which has a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and a gunpowder symbol. I roll, and 6 plus 4, so my attack is 10. My opponent has no gunpowder, so they just roll the die, and they roll a 6, and I beat them. If either person rolls the gunpowder symbol, they automatically win, which gives the attacker somewhat advantage, because if they roll this, well, the defender gets to roll nothing. When you beat somebody, you can do one of 3 things. You can steal all of one of their holds and take it into your own ship. You can steal one of their treasure cards randomly, or you can give somebody one of your curse cards if you have one. And then the ship that lost the battle is moved off the spot, and then you keep going. Now, the game is a race, like I said, and when one person gets around here and crosses the line at the end, at that point, everyone is going to be judged based on where they are. You can see these spots have numbers in them. Each number there is worth a certain amount of points. And if you are behind this red line here, back here, slowing down the race, you'll actually lose 5 points. So those points are added to all the treasures that you have gained, all the coins, plus any cards that you have, minus any curse cards that you have. The person with the most points is the winner. Alrighty, Jamaica. Now, I'm going to let Sam open up with this one here. Is there anything about Jamaica that you don't like?
The only thing I don't like about it is that if you're playing with younger players, you do have to take a lot of time to explain what the different cards do. And even after you take a lot of time explaining what the different cards do, the symbols at the top of the cards, even then they still don't understand it. So this is one of the games where I think the 8+ is absolutely necessary as far as gameplay is concerned. As a matter of fact, it might even be a little low. However, that's really the only thing I don't like about it, is that the younger you are, the harder it is to understand what you're actually doing and to understand the whole process of what's the best optimal move. But I guess that just comes with more play. So maybe I'm just being picky, but and if that's the only thing I can say bad about it, there you have it.
The only thing that the only confusion I ran into is people always forgot the right-left aspect.
Right.
Which number goes with which thing? I'm like, come on now. Other than that, though, it's a very accessible game. Things that you do like.
Things that I do like, absolutely critical thinking. I mean, you have to plan ahead, and you have to take and always find the optimal move. Now, you always have a hand of cards here that are in front of you, so you don't have a whole lot of choices to choose from. But I don't know, it just has a very cool racing aspect to it, and the theme is absolutely cool with it. And the thing that I liked about it as well, as we're talking about the theme, is the fact that they didn't go with, Pirates of the Caribbean or something else like that. They just picked a generic pirate theme, and the artwork is tremendous.
Yeah, I mean, everything, the bits feel good, the ships, it looks cool. People who are not nerds or geeks will come by the table and say, that looks really cool, and they'll play it, and it's fun. It's very accessible. I think there's a fairly decent amount of luck in the game, especially with the treasure cards.
Yeah.
You could be doing well, but draw cursed cards. And,
right.
And the curse cards aren't quite so secret. If I give you a card, everyone at the table knows it's a curse card,
It's cursed, right?
To the point where someone draws a card, they're like, oh.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same point though, when you attack somebody and you take one of their cards, there's always that chance that you'll get one of their curse cards. So
right.
That is a cool leveling aspect of the game too.
And the fighting, I love the fact that in a fight, it doesn't matter how outgunned you are, how much gunpowder the other guy has, you can still win.
Yep.
So I played this game with all ages, everywhere. People have gotten. I've never seen it fail, actually.
Right.
I mean, some people would say, well, it's kind of light, and that I understand. This is certainly on the lighter aspect, but it's just a great game. This is the kind of game that should be sold at Toys R Us, really.
Right.
Because this is a game that anybody can pick up and play, and so I'm going to give this one a very big hook up. 2 hooks up, I'm sorry.
2 hooks up. Oh, I'm going to give it 2 eye patches up. I guess that means I have...
flip them up?
I have, yeah.
He's the guy with 2 eye patches.
There you go. So, only when I'm sleeping. But anyway, no, this is an awesome game. Like Tom said, I've tried it with all kinds of different... I've tried it as a gateway game. It works that way as well. All different ages. People love the game, and it's become a staple in my collection.